Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market review. US markets were down about 0.7 to almost about 1% ahead of the job report and the German yields have spiked up to 0.83. So there is a bit of a caution because of the kind of strength that we are seeing in the German bond yields. European markets too were down anywhere from 0.32 to almost about 1.32%. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Hang Seng is down almost about 0.4%. Shanghai is also down about 0.5% and SGX Nifty suggesting that we are going to open down about 50 to 55 points. Overall, our markets continue to remain quite lackluster, and despite the kind of pullback that we saw in yesterday's trade, there are no signs of a major rally in the offing as the FI flows continues to be negative, and in yesterday's trade FIs were net biased to the tune of about 512 crore. However, if you adjust the Aisha Motor block deal on a net basis, FI was sellers and even the domestic institutions were biased to the tune of almost about 712 crores. So since there are no major triggers in the market and the technical structure of the market is weakened, there might be a small pullback, but there is no case for a big rally in this market given the kind of caution that we have in the global markets as well as the lack of triggers that we have in our own markets. Of course, monsoon, there are some positive developments as few parts of India has received the monsoon, but till we get a clear picture on that, I don't think one should have any kind of high expectations. On that note, let me invite our F&O expert to take you through important F&O cues and ideas that we can have from the F&O desk.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. The Indian benchmark indices ended the volatile day of trade on a flattish to positive note. However, we have seen that Nifty started the session on a flattish to positive note, but like previous trading sessions, it was unable to sustain at higher levels, and we have seen a huge fall from 8165 odd levels to 8055 odd levels. Due to multiple factors, negative factors at domestic and international front, like some concerns from Greece. Also, dollar against the rupee has gone above the mark of 64.20 odd levels, due to which we have seen some selling pressure in the markets. But as we have seen that huge positions were built up in 8050 put option, due to which Nifty has taken support at 8055 odd levels, and from there it bounced back sharply and ended the session at 8141 odd levels with a marginal gain of 0.06%. In this period, we have seen that marginal long positions were built up in yesterday's trade as open interest is increased by 1.57% from 1 crore 67 lakhs to 1 crore 70 lakhs. Approximately 2.63 lakh shares were added in open interest. Also, Nifty cost of carry increased significantly by 818% from 0.25% to 2.34%. Also, Nifty futures premium increased from 1 point to 11 odd levels. On the options front, despite the PCR was at same level 0.88, but we have seen that put option has seen huge build-up than call option. We have seen that put option has added approximately 16 lakh shares in open interest, whereas call option has added approximately 14 lakh shares in open interest in yesterday's trade. During the session, India VIX was up by approximately 11 odd percentage, but finally it settled at 18.12 level with a gain of 3.48 percentage. In the options activity, we have seen that 8,200 call option has added approximately 15% shares in open interest, followed by 8,300 call option which has added approximately 13% shares in open interest. We have observed one thing that earlier 8,000, since the start of the expiry, we have noticed that 8,800 call option has having highest number of shares in open interest. Now that activity is shifted from 8,800 to 8,500. So this area would be a very important level to watch for. On the put option side, we have seen that 8,100 put option has seen unwinding activity in yesterday's trade. It has reduced approximately 9% shares in open interest, and that activity was shifted to 8,000 put option, 7,900 put option. Also, some additions were seen in 7,800, 7,700 put option. Overall, looking at the options activity, we may feel that as 8,000 put option has highest number of shares in open interest, which may act as a good support on a closing basis. On bank period front, there are two securities in bank period today. One is Antec Auto, second is Unity. And yesterday, FIs were net buyers of approximately 1,700 odd crores in future and option segment. They were net sellers of 0.29 crore in index futures. They were net buyers of 1,571 crore in index options. They were net buyers of 196.93 crore in stock futures, and they were net XLS of minus 21 crore in stock options. Our Friday CWAP stands at 8280. High range would be 8280, which is our which can be act as a stiff resistance going forward, and lower range would be 7998, which is our monthly straddle break-even point on lower side. Singapore Nifty is down by 41 points, which is at 8104.50. We may see a flattish to negative start in Nifty futures today. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, let me take you through Sharekhan pre-market action starting trading ideas. First of all, a short call on R Power as the government asked Reliance Power to restrict Sasan coal output. So one can short that one with a stop loss of 46.3 and a target of about 43.5 to about 42. Lupin has got US FDA approval for X4, which is used to treat high blood pressure. So one can go long on Lupin with a stop loss of 1715 and a target of about 1802 to about 1837. In other news and developments, Aditya Birla Nuvo ties up with South African company MMI Holdings to enter health insurance market. GVK Power acquires entire stake in GVK Airport Services. Finance Minister to look into Adani trades as there are reports of some kind of a manipulation there. Glenmark shareholders approve preference issue of up to about 1.08 crore shares to Aranda Investment. SKS Microfinance cuts lending rates to about 22% from 23.55 effective 1st July. The government to auction about 4 coal mines in Maharashtra, 1 in Odisha, 2 each in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and 1 coal mine in Madhya Pradesh. M&M plans to sell UV and truck engines to other automakers via a unit. Mahindra Powertrain to sell engines to other automakers. CBI issues fresh notice to MCX, seeks details of investments in BHC. Bajaj Finance sets QIP floor price at rupees 4407.34 per share. Nestle removes Maggi noodles from stores across India. Executives are banned from discussing it publicly. There is a recall of the product from most of the places, and today Nestle's global CEO will have a press conference on the issue. GST panel head has said that the tobacco and tobacco products must be allowed additional sales tax above GST. States not in favor of abolishing the entry tax. NMDC, the April to May iron ore output at 4.14 million tons versus 4.94 million tons. Suzlon wins turnkey project from Renew Power in Andhra Pradesh. Here is a list of stocks with positive and negative bias. Stocks with positive bias are HDIL, TVS Motors, Amar Raja Battery, and stocks with negative bias are ONGC and Apollo Tyre. Stocks for investments that we like at this point of time are Axis Bank, Ashok Leyland, Aditya Birla Nuvo, Larsen and TCS. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a great weekend and see you on Monday morning.